Kevin Costner's epic 181-minute Western flop is making a comeback on streaming. New Line Cinema needs a reason to finally release Horizon, an American Saga, Chapter 2. It should look no further than the streaming charts. After starring in and directing Dances with Wolves, and leading Taylor Sheridan's hit Yellowstone for almost all of its 5-season run, Kevin Costner finally made the move to direct a sprawling Western epic, releasing Horizon, an American Saga, Chapter 1 in 2024. The nearly $100 million epic was supposed to be the first in a 4-part saga detailing the founding of the fictitious settlement in the American West. Horizon bombed hard in theaters, and the sequel's release was delayed indefinitely. But the film's latest triumph on streaming could be a good sign for the franchise's future. Horizon, an American Saga, Chapter 1 was added to Prime Video on June 1st, and people have been endlessly watching the over 3-hour-long epic. Horizon has fought its way into Prime Video's streaming charts. At the time of writing, it's the 6th most popular movie on the streaming platform this week. Jack Ryan, Ghost Wars still holds the top spot, with the Pout-Pout Fish, Despicable Me 4, and One Battle After Another all in the top 5. Directed by Costner, who co-wrote the script with John Baird and Mark Kasdan, Horizon is a sprawling epic. The first movie introduces us to various troubled characters on the American frontier, as they all find their reason to journey west to Horizon to start a new life. Costner, as if he isn't already wearing enough proverbial hats for this film, also leads the film as Hayes Ellison, a gunslinger who becomes embroiled in a family revenge plot. Then, there's Sienna Miller's Francis Kittredge, one of the first settlers of Horizon who survives when the town is burned to the ground during a raid. Chapter 1 also stars Sam Worthington, Jenna Malone, Ella Hunt, Jamie Campbell Bower, Michael Rooker, Luke Wilson, Danny Houston, and many more. Horizon quickly fell apart at the box office. After a long promotional tour, including doing the rounds at all the major film festivals, Horizon finally released in theaters on June 28, 2024. Confident in the future of the project, New Line Cinema and Kevin Costner had already planned for Chapter 2 to be released a few months later in August. However, Chapter 1 bombed at the box office, grossing just $38 million worldwide. Due to that poor performance and several lawsuits because of the movie's production, Chapter 2 was delayed indefinitely. Unfortunately, Chapter 2 still doesn't have a release date, despite being complete. Should Horizon, Chapter 2 be released on streaming? If you're Kevin Costner and you've spent over $100 million of your own money on the film franchise, you'd likely fight tooth and nail for the film to receive a theatrical release. However, nearly 2 years later, Chapter 2 doesn't appear to be any closer to receiving a theatrical release. It gets to a point where you have to think it would be better for Chapter 2 to be released directly on streaming, so people can still see it, than for it to not be released at all.